Hello and welcome back to Deep Beats Hit Parade. You should really know what we're doing by now.
Yeah, you would hope so.
You hope so, but you may be new, so just so you know. Massi has chosen a bunch of tracks, 5 usually,
yes,
and I've chosen 5 tracks. Neither of us know what each other has picked from the kind of the crop of promos that have been landing with us recently. And we're going to play them, we're going to talk about them, we're going to abuse some people, we're going to make some bad jokes and some terrible pronunciation.
There is going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that.
Yeah. And that's what you get when you've got a Yorkshireman and an Italian sitting in New Zealand talking about music made in other places. So you can, even though you found the show already, you can get it on SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/ even Strictly UM, and you can get it on the Strictly UM website, which is strictlyum.com/ iTunes, and you can get it on Mixcloud, and you can see us on Facebook. And at the rate at which new platforms are popping up, you probably can get us fucking everywhere by the end of the fortnight.
Everywhere.
And not a lot more to say to that. You?
No. That's a beautiful intro.
Beautiful intro. We'll probably just use that week in, week out. No, we won't. Right, first track, Massi, go.
There we go.
Listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music. This is interesting because we just...
Can I just say before you start, right?
Sure.
You never used to have a piece of paper.
No,
you
never.
Just try and do it on a screen and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I had a piece of paper.
And now
you're printing my piece of paper, and you've already got a piece of paper. Anyway, talk about the track.
It's too organized. It doesn't.
God, we got professional.
Yeah, I know. Okay, look at this. It's nice paper as well. Yeah, A4.
No, that's about 90 GSM.
You reckon?
You
know about that.
I know
your shit, eh?
I know this shit.
Anyway, so apparently we've. It looks like we were talking about this while we were listening. We picked. This finally happened.
Finally,
we picked the same track.
It's always gonna happen.
I know, right?
It's a small world.
It is, after all. So that was, just to make it clear, that was John Delerious and Matt Caine, a track called Project 14, and this is gonna be out on Delve Deeper number 14. Wow, that's interesting. Project 14, Delta Diva number 14.
Maybe they knew.
We should play the lottery or something. Yes. Oh well, you picked it.
Yeah,
you picked it as well.
so you're gonna know. Come as no surprise that we both really like it.
Yes.
Why did you pick it?
Because again, not a lot of great fresh music out there at the moment for me, for what I listen to, for the artists and labels I followed. So I went to actually do some proper crate digging this time around without relying solely just on promos, because there wasn't. Well, actually now
Desperate.
But now, in saying that, it sounds like I've picked that because there was nothing else left. No, I picked that because it's a bloody awesome track. And
You picked that before you went crate digging.
Yes,
Because
totally.
you told me you had 2 tracks.
Yes, and that was it.
And then you were fucked.
Yes. Just brilliant track. I was just talking to you about it. There is one of the synths in there that reminds me of Sandstorm, the famous. So whether that was intended or not, I think, as I said in my comment on the promo, it's quite a nice homage, isn't it?
And it does say in the text, because I've got it on my piece of paper as well, that there is a retro feel to this track, so maybe that's it.
Yes.
But John
Great
Delerious continuing, like we had him on an earlier show,
Yes.
doing some stuff on Nordic tracks. He's been kind of doing his thing for a long time, and he's solid as.
Yes. Ooh, just banged my microphone into something.
And
In my wooden leg.
And Calgary, love the place.
Been there?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
spent a lot of time there.
Oh, fantastic. I didn't know that.
Used to go a lot snowboarding, but
Wow.
that was before kids.
Look at that.
And I will go again when they're old enough. Anyway,
No idea there. Wow,
hidden
snowboarding,
talents.
man.
Yeah.
I used to be a little bit into skateboarding. I wasn't great. But back in Italy when
I was great.
skateboarding. Wow, look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Jeez, people, you never know. Look
Yeah,
at
it's before the surgery, but there you go. Anyway,
Wow, awesome, man.
should we have another track?
Yeah, why not?
Enough of that.
Yeah.
You're listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
Daft Punk, Casanova. That is the Sumsuch remix on Acryl Music. It's out on iTunes, preload on 28th of March and full release 18th of April worldwide, which means all the other stores. And what do you think?
Just beautiful. Like, straight into it. Fucking beautiful, man. Oh, some shit. Will, this is great.
I think Will's kind of like, we were just saying whilst we were listening to that, we're a little bit worried that Will's been on every single show that we've done so far, and it's turning into the Will Sumsuch love brigade or something like that. Yeah. We might need to rename the show, but I think he's in a rich vein of form.
Oh my gosh, man! So far, we were talking about this while we were listening to. Yeah, I think best tune I've heard so far from him.
Maybe being broke really works. Like focuses the art.
It's just like going for it. Top class, I would say. Very classy tune, isn't it? I'm saying all of this. I haven't listened to the original, so
there is no original.
There's no original.
No, there's only 2 remixes on the release.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
And
wow.
Kind of Dan that runs Acryl, who is Daft Punk, has a kind of emailed him back the feedback. It's been a while since I've actually really enjoyed one of his tracks. They've got a little bit out there for me, which kind of,
fair enough,
doesn't say much, but they're out there for me, and that's all that really counts to me. I emailed him back with some feedback on this, and it was kind of like, wow, just both remixes. Downloaded them both, intend to play them both, probably in the next Untitled mix, but there was no original. Maybe the original is previous, and I've just kind of not really been paying attention.
I haven't listened to the other one yet. Probably gonna get it. Just fantastic too, man.
Yeah.
Not much to say. When it's like that, it's just like...
it was kind of a whistle song, kind of
beautiful.
Terrace.
At some point, some
mellow,
violins or strings coming in. Yeah. Great
Keep
stuff.
it up, Will.
Yeah. That's fantastic, man. Well done. So I'll try to follow this up.
Yeah.
So now the one that is playing in the background already is the, I think, out of my selection for this show, this is probably the tune you're gonna hit the guts of it. So I'm prepared for your insults coming.
There's got to be one every week that I can't stand.
I know. I'm trying to be selective. Yeah.
What was it called? Socio Tirada or something like that? Yeah, anyway, moving on.
You're listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
Forgive my pronunciation, Tominori Hosoya. The track is called...
Italian speaks Japanese, fuck. Really.
I'm doing my best.
Excuse the pronunciation, it's going to wear thin, isn't it? But, you know, we're just going to say now, right? We can't pronounce shit.
No,
okay?
exactly.
We're never going to apologise again because it's going to be rubbish. Go on then, some Japanese salad.
So there was Tominori Hosoya. Track is called Over the Sadness, which makes sense now after listening. And that is out on Mixx with double X Records number 22, and the EP title is Life Goes On. And that's for your pleasure. It's on out on vinyl.
As well as digital? Obviously, because you've got it digitally.
Yes, the promo came through and digital, yes. What do you think, man? Did you enjoy that?
I really did enjoy that, actually, which is kind of gutting. But kind of, like, this is going to sound weird because, like, anyway, for an awful lot of reasons, which only Paul will really understand. But it kind of reminds me of the dear but not quite departed Alvaro Highlander.
Oh,
It had that emotive quality that he kind of brought to remixes when he was far more active than he is now, and who knows whether he will be again.
Always, yeah.
But it had a warmth and an organic feel that I really enjoyed.
You're right.
Kind of a listening track rather than a dancing track. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I would listen to that willingly and put it on again. Yeah, like I've got, we've all got playlists, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
I've got one called "Songs for a Sore Head."
Wow.
And it's full of tracks like that.
Track like that, yeah. Because it just
kind of ones you can immerse yourself in and kind of just roll with without having to think an awful lot about.
Yes.
And it's one of those.
Yes, exactly.
So I enjoyed it for the Japanese guy, which you actually made sound quite Japanese because you can't say it.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah,
good one.
It's out now, of course, and just beautiful journey.
Yeah, get it on vinyl.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so
Next
now
track.
obviously
I would have been playing John Delerious right now, but Massi's already stolen that. So I'm going to play T. Ruggieri.
Oh, interesting. You see, we would say Ruggieri.
Ruggieri.
Is he Italian?
Is that what you say?
Is he Italian?
I have no idea.
Sounds Italian.
But
Ruggieri.
it sounds better when you say it. So T. Ruggieri.
Here you go.
Don't Touch Me on O Records Stockholm.
You're listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
Talk about it. That is the Matthias Vogt retouch.
Retouch.
Yeah, retouch, not remix. It's retouch, which I quite like. As a phrase, what do you think of the song, though?
Actually, it was a nice retouch as well. It's interesting how we went laid back, and now you went with a laid back track.
Eclectic. I keep telling you.
I know, right? Eclectic and selective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That could be the name of another label. Eclectic, selective.
You're obsessed with having a label.
I know. First one, later. But look, spot on again.
You just like everything.
I'm super excited, man.
I'm hoping
I
you'll
love
hate
life.
one of these.
I love life. You know what I mean?
Kind of reminded me.
Yep.
I know you don't recall the label.
No.
Kind of reminded me of some old school F communication stuff, which I'm sure some people will remember. Kind of the old Aqua Piscino Leger kind of.
Which you were saying is the French one.
Yeah, it was a super French label before it kind of disappeared. Did some fantastic releases. That kind of sound just took me back there, really.
What we're talking about, the piano.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking
talking about a beautiful label from an old time, and you're like, I'm not fucking bothered. Whatever you're talking about, I just want to. Anyway,
No.
Did you enjoy the piano?
That was really nice. Yes.
It was.
Very classy. Do we need to move on?
Yeah, let's just. People say we should talk less.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's a talk show.
It is a talk show.
Okay,
but
let's talk less.
we're just going to not mince around so much.
Okay.
So, just so you know, Massi is back on his artisan water, and this week I've stepped it up to. It's actually New Zealand wine.
Oh,
so it's
wow!
kinda, yeah,
Look at that.
but it probably means I'm going to get drunk a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, because it does that, man.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Anyway,
So we should speed up. Let's play the
we
fucking
need to go
next
quicker
track.
before I pass out. Next track.
Listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
that beautiful track there was Tony Lionni. Track is called There Is No Future in the Past. We were saying it sounds like
Tony Lionni. What is he? Mobster number one. Like only in Italian we go. It's Tony Lionni.
I was just saying we better not piss him off in case the Sopranos and stuff.
Yeah.
So Tony Lionni track is called There Is No Future in the Past, and that is out on Goldmin Music number 17. Goldmin, is that how you read it?
Yeah, Goldmin.
Goldmin.
Yeah.
And yes, again, this is fantastic. It's great. It's a privilege to be receiving promos, but this is the beauty of crate digging. You start going for it.
You got desperate.
Yeah, and and there you go. You go back to it. The guy Tony is from Liverpool. He has released on a free range, low rise, versatile, and so on. So he knows his shit for sure.
Yeah.
The whole EP is actually it's pretty good. I think you will enjoy it, and not just this tune. But yeah, what do you think, man?
It reminded me of one of the first 12 inches I ever bought. Not the first, but kind of early doors. I went in a record shop in a clothes shop, and you know how fucking cool they were. And it wasn't what turned into Lost My Dog before. Ian Sproker gets quite excited about that. It was a bit more in the middle of Middlesbrough.
Oh yeah,
that's not easy to say when you've had 2 glasses of wine. I bought a track by Nexus 21. Can't remember what it was called. It was a bizarre kind of, but it was that track almost. Kind of that kind of vibe of kind of electricity and energy and electro kind of pulsating and rave and warehouse and all of that, which just makes you tingle. Really.
Yes.
And I've still got that fucking 12-inch, and that would sit perfectly alongside it if I ever did a mix in vinyl ever again, which is very unlikely.
One day we should do it, man.
One day I should try and mix in vinyl again, rather than the kids putting Lego people on the deck to turn them around and see how fast they fall off. Anyway, loved it.
Excellent.
Loved it.
I'm very pleased with that.
No bullshit. Loved it.
I think this is the first one ever that you're actually...
Yeah, but it just took me back. That was a problem.
That's
awesome.
Like,
I was like that kid again. Buying a 12-inch from some cool people around a record shop and feeling like cool as fuck because you bought a cool record.
There is nothing like it, man.
That no one had heard.
Of course.
And probably still no one's bloody heard. But yeah, loved it. Right,
awesome, man.
Next.
Awesome. Yes, you're on, man.
My turn. This is going to scare you.
Oh, shit.
You're listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
So that delectation for the audio sensors is Andre Crom, who everyone will know is the owner of Off Records. Behind the Glass featuring Segou. We're not apologising. And that is the Johannes Brecht remix. And anyone that knows what Johannes Brecht is up to, he knows his onions where it comes to music. Kind of a jazz house electronic sound, which I'm dying to know what you think of that, because that is on your envelope.
That is a piece of music. I mean, we're not talking just a tune anymore, just a track, or that's a beautiful composition. And of course, he knows what he's doing, and musician. How many instruments? I don't know, 3 or 4 different instruments. He must be playing.
There is a feeling of sitting amongst an orchestra.
Yes, exactly.
Which is weird, really, for house, like electronic music.
Yeah, but that's the feeling, right? It's a composition, and it made me think of almost like a soundtrack for one of these really beautiful movies. And some of the passages, some of the chords. I'm gonna push it far here, but reminded me of what Hans Zimmer. He has been doing, Inception and all that. I mean, he has a very distinguished way to create soundtracks. But anyway, again, I'm pushing it a little bit, but that's the vibe that I got from it. Beautiful.
I might need them for a job I'm doing in my other life, but
there you go.
I need to produce a piece of music in about 3 weeks. So there you go. Interested? No, of course not. Anyway, moving on.
Well, you never know, because they are all listening. This is the shit.
Yeah, this is the shit that everyone's listening to. So even Gerard Nugez listens to this.
Of course, well, do you bloody hope so, man? I mean,
he needs to know what songs to play.
I really hope.
He's got some new shit to play with.
Of course. Yeah. I think he bought.
Get it on, Gerald. This is the playlist you need.
Come on, man. You mentioned it. I think he's got all sort of new equipment and stuff. I think. And I'm like, oh man, I'm jealous as.
Is it big? Is it a big sound?
I hope so. The speakers are quite huge, actually. Yeah.
Gotta listen to them.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's what it says on the speakers.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
That's lucky. I wouldn't know what to do with speakers.
That's crazy. Why would you put? That's the Mackie. That's the Mackie brand. But why would you?
Why do you listen? Is the brand?
No, Mackie is the brand.
Mackie.
Yeah, it's the same. The big knob. So it's got decent speakers.
He hasn't got a big knob.
I got a big knob. Hey,
yeah, you're Italian.
Let's not fucking next.
Listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
internet, sorry. So, there was Fish Go Deep. The EP title is Off Script, and that was actually the same track playing, and that is out on Local Talk, number 66.
You love telling what number it is, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. I like,
you need to know the number, don't you?
I need to know, yeah. I'm obsessed with fucking...
Fish Go Deep. I mean, that is like a blast from the past to start with.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I'm going to start with the things I didn't like.
Oh, for fuck.
So, right. What I didn't like is, I know for a fact from listening to it, that would be a bitch to mix.
You reckon?
Right? It's like the Sun Lounge. Can't mix any of his shit properly because it's got like a right at the top, which I just cannot cope with when I'm doing it. Other than that, I found it quite interesting. A little bit twisted, a little bit weird,
yeah.
A little bit unexpected for them because I kind of associate them with very straight up, kind of deep, kind of whatever kind of stuff. So that was a bit weird for them.
Fair enough.
But I kind of liked that it was a bit weird. It was a bit different from what I expect from them, which is probably based on something I heard about 10 years ago. Would I buy it? Not entirely sure.
Okay, fair enough.
Would I find it? Given that this is another one of your crate digging desperation picks.
Yes.
I've no idea.
No,
but it was alright. Was it alright? I don't know. I'm starting to go off it as I talk, to be honest. No, it was rubbish. Let's be honest.
There you go.
Weird. Does weird make good?
I should have stopped you right away.
Does weird make it good?
And move on. And it sounds like we were debating whether there was like an homage to Star Wars.
Yeah, there was a lot of R2D2 in there, which
very similar.
I'd appreciate.
Yeah.
How much of me is Mel? All right. I can't make my mind up on that. I'd have to listen to that again.
Do you want to play it again?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, I know we're a song down, but let's not play it again.
No, okay.
People could comment and say what they thought of it.
Oh, well, actually, yes, please. Do let us know what you think of it.
Yeah.
Not just this track, but
a word to the wise. If the comment ends in, can I have a free download for it?
Yeah.
We are going to fuck you over on social media.
We're going to find you. We're going to find you. You cannot possibly escape.
Because it's just, you just cannot do that, all right? We might be playing it because we got it for free, but we're not going to share it with you, are we? We're going to get you to buy it. That's the whole fucking point of this.
Because remember, support the labels.
Support the labels.
Support the artists.
Support the artists, and they'll all be able to afford yachts for Miami.
Exactly. Buy the fucking music.
And they might invite you on the yacht.
Yeah. Well, I hope that, if they're going to invite someone, we're going to be the first to.
Oh, we'll be the first.
I picture us like DiCaprio style, just fucking let it, make it rain on the.
Right, my last track then.
Listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
Sebastian Davidson, who probably is known for harder stuff than that, to me anyway. Doesn't Really Matter is the title of the track, and that is out on Salted Music.
And when at the first drop, I've actually said "holy shit" out loud, because fuck, this tune is massive. I mean, Salted, right?
Yeah.
That fucking that just that sound.
It's Miami. They're always on song during Miami, and then they kind of fade away, I think, which is kind of probably the Achilles heel of the label.
Fair enough. Okay.
They save it all up for these kind of couple of months,
and
and
then
they're
going
on
for a while. Yeah.
And then,
it's a strategy.
It's a strategy. It works.
Yeah.
Miggs isn't doing that bad out of it,
man. But nothing to say really. Tune. I like it. Tune. Absolutely. As Paul would say,
you like Pete Tong now?
A belter.
A cracker.
A cracker. Yeah.
A wee cracker.
Great vibe again. I like that it was like not fucking around. It wasn't too long. It was too short. Perfect. It's perfect.
Bit of a stocking filler in terms of kind of like it's not too challenging, it's not too whatever, but it's got a nice energy.
And you're gonna play it, right?
Yeah, and it was a bit of a surprise for me because I do associate Sebastian Davidson with a little bit harder, and I think Sebastian Davidson is Nightbird Records. I think that's his label.
I actually don't know the guy.
I think Nightbird's Nightbird Records is him, which is a little bit tougher than that. So it's nice.
Fantastic,
Good
man.
work, Sebastian. Keep it up. Because I'm sure you're hanging out for my encouragement.
That's a good start, man.
Well done. On the back. Carry on.
You're listening to Deep Beats Hit Parade, brought to you by Strictly Underground Music.
20 Below, and the track is called A Little Tribute to the Moody Black Keys, and that is out on MCDE Recordings. And just before I ask you what you think about that, just want to clarify, this is actually a reissue, and as you might tell from the vibe, the old school vibe. So basically, this has been reissued in these days, and that came out in '95 on Manchester Deep House label Rainy City Music. So old school, old vibes.
It was a good label.
Oh, I
remember Rainy City.
Huh.
I don't remember the track. I remember Rainy City. Kind of that whole kind of paper recordings kind of era and all that stuff. So Shaboom and all of those kind of labels. Rainy City were in amongst that. And I think it sounds, sadly, whilst I like it, it does sound dated to me. I know you're like picked it because you love it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, having been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt and had a piss next to Paul Oakenfold and all that, you do go, yeah, it kind of sounds 95.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Not that that's a bad thing.
No, but I see your point. The all appears like that, and I did enjoy it. So I bought the entire EP, which I think is 3 tracks, if I remember.
The entire EP.
Yes, 3 tracks. Also available on vinyl, of course. I just really liked it.
Crate digging galore.
Yeah, crate digging galore, man. That was great fun.
That was nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Would it live and die right now?
Well, I'm very sentimental when it comes down to.
It's one of those things, isn't it? We end up listening to so much music.
Yeah.
Would we pick it out of the crowd?
Yeah.
But if you were kind of like someone looking to reminisce about 95, then I think it would be like
that's
right
perfect, right? Yeah.
And Rainy City was a cool label, and In For You Rain is a wonderful person.
Oh wow! There you go.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know her.
You got me excited.
Kind of. She's done like
great things.
I'm gonna say she. I think it's a she.
Wow.
I could be completely wrong. 3 glasses of wine. Yeah, so
all right, good stuff.
I don't have another track because Massi stole John Delerious, so we're going to skip straight to the deep and meaningful bit.
Oh yeah.
So those of you that are not familiar with this piece of the show, which usually came before the last track, but now we've moved it to the end.
Yeah, we moved it. Yeah.
So people didn't complain we were talking too much.
Yeah.
This is the bit where Massi comes up with a topic.
Yeah.
And then pretty much I moan on like an old woman about it. So.
Yes.
So it's not always like that, but generally. Massi, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, so here is what's going on in my life.
This is not a therapy session.
Isn't it? Fuck it.
No.
That'll be handy.
The only person listening to this is Paul.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he could be our therapist. But anyway.
No.
No. So, here is the thing. I wanted to talk with you about promos, since we get a lot of promos. And a couple of things. Why do I want to talk about this? Facebook. Excuse me. Facebook, browsing around. I was reading through this comment, which was quite interesting, which says that basically perhaps labels should completely give up on sending promos, considering the amount of music that is out there. Sending promos is not really helping so much the majority of the labels, and perhaps by not sending promos, you will create, there will be more hype about the songs, the EP, and perhaps people will buy more of it. So that's kind of idea, although promos are sent to specific people, so it's a bit of a confusing. So the question is, do you think labels should stop sending promos, and do you think that actually would help the labels more?
Let's reverse engineer this.
Okay, let's do it.
So as a producer,
yeah,
you've got a release coming up on a certain label.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. But
quite.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
As a producer then, what value would you have you as a past as a remixer put on receiving feedback?
Okay, that's a very good question, and I think that's the end of the conversation. Goodbye and good night. As a producer, that's I think most of us, that's what we thrive on, right? Not in a egomaniac way, but feedback is feedback. Unless you're gonna get downloading for Richie Yoding, and which means fucking nothing. Sorry.
In fact, he posted that this week.
Did you see that? It's like
downloaded for does not mean played by.
Yeah, exactly. So there is a. But anyway, so yes, as a producer, imagine that getting good feedback from from promos, from people listening to promos, be great. It is great.
So from a producer point of view, you find it gives you a buzz.
Yeah, gives me a buzz, and depending on the type of database that the label has, because you gotta also consider that if you get overall good feedback or even bad feedback, it's gonna kind of help you shaping your sound and correcting mistakes if any, and or keeps the motivation going, right?
See, from a label point of view, then well, no, it's like go in between. From someone that does mixes and listens to a lot of feedback, then which is both of us.
Yeah.
How much? Well, I kind of know the answer to this. You put a lot more into it than I do. You leave proper feedback, don't you?
Well, I try to.
Yeah. Whereas I will quite often just leave, thanks very much, I like this track, whatever. Which is like fucking banal, really, isn't it? Like, no one's getting any use out of that, and I know it, right? But if I really like it, I'll leave more feedback. If I really hate it, I'll just click not for me.
Okay.
So, producer really values it.
I reckon. I think
people
so.
Doing mixes probably have varying degrees of engagement with it. From a label point of view, it's all too fucking late for any feedback, right? Because we're like, everyone's asking for feedback.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, if 99% of people said, it's shit, I'm not going to not release it because I already invested that much time in it. So, as a label tool, it's a complete fucking sham as far as I'm concerned.
Very interesting.
Right? Some retail stores want to know what people have said about it.
Yeah.
But actually, I've tested it. You can make that shit up.
What?
They don't fucking know who's listening to it, right? I can say full on radio support. They have no clue.
I had no idea you could do that.
Yeah, they don't check. They can't check every fucking release that they get in.
There is no time for checking.
I was going somewhere. This is the train of thought.
So you
producer like it.
Yeah.
Mixers kind of.
Although, mind you, the mixers, right? Because if we go back in time, the way sometimes you used to go and buy records and vinyl, isn't this where for someone that just like to mix music, charts?
Well, back in the day when the vinyl used to arrive on my door, they were all on A4 sheet, right? You had to fill the fucking thing in, send it back by fax. Right?
Wow.
Get a group, kids. We had to send it by fax. So I remember where I was going with that.
Oh, there you go.
So, I know kind of like in conversation with other label owners of the ones I respect, kind of there is a consensus that if you get it in the hands of the right people, let's call that an A-list, who play the music, not necessarily feedback on it, but play the music, then it can have a very, very positive impact on a release. So it kind of comes down to the quality of the list, and the return that they give you. Now, the people that kind of I've talked to about that have a great list and they get great feedback. I can't quite claim the same kind of thing for our label, but I do kind of vouch for the quality of the exposure that we get from our list. Is it an A list? Well, it's probably a B point. a B,
Okay.
an A minus, B plus kind of list, which is no disrespect to the kind of people that end up playing our kind of music or the music itself. It's just I'm not sending it to the Nick Warrens, the
Laurent Garnier.
yeah, whoever's, you know,
Yeah.
we just can't get in with those kind of people. So is it like getting back to your question?
Yeah.
Is there any point in doing it?
Yeah.
I think you kind of got to
Okay.
a degree,
Yeah. Also, is it one of those things that is just happening?
but sending
You know
it
what
to
I mean?
every man and his dog
It's
is
nonsense.
You might as well piss it up against the wall, mate.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just like all you're doing is giving a lot of free music to people that aren't going to play it, and ultimately you end up like in the world that I find myself in is, you know, just deleting shitloads before I get to it, because actually it's the people on the releases that I'm more interested in than the releases, which is probably a converse to how it was when I bought vinyl, where it was the label that you respected,
Yes. Back in the days.
which, without wanting to sound like some kind of like religious freak, is what I tried to create with UM Records. Was it was the label that was more important than the artist.
Than the
in
actual
terms of
artist, yeah.
they were a go-to rather than I like so-and-so.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Back in the days, I don't know, again, if it's just, you know, the two of us, but yeah, you know, straight to the vinyl shop and straight to your favorite label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think kind of digitally that relationship's changed.
Quite a lot, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a bit different. But still, maybe because I'm a bit of a geek and a nerd, I do tend to follow very specific labels. Crate digging, it happens, it still happens, it should happen more. And that's what I think that's another point for another discussion, crate digging or not to get digging. Because that's the other thing, as a producer, right? Or more than a producer, as a receiver of promos. The other argument that was made was that when you start receiving promos, whether or not they're a lot, you kind of get lazy about it,
Yeah.
and you don't necessarily end up playing just music from the promos, but obviously you give priorities to it because, you know, it's a privilege to be on list. So you give priority to promos, and sometimes you end up having no time for some proper crate digging, right?
Yeah, I think you bang on.
Yeah.
You've got to still kind of listen to some stuff that you would never normally cross paths with.
Yes.
So is that'll be the end of that?
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
We don't want
Yeah.
to bore the crap out of you.
No, not at all.
So, if you haven't already, you can download this from SoundCloud, so soundcloud.com/strictlyum, or you can get it from iTunes, which is strictlyum.com/iTunes. You can find us on Mixcloud, you can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on anything you really want. You can find us on Twitter as well if you want,
Oh yeah.
which is
Come and say hi.
What's the thing for that?
Just look for Strictly UM.
Yeah, just search Strictly UM. You'll
Yeah.
find all sorts of
Yeah,
shit.
that's us.
And you'll certainly listen. You'll find out what we're listening to before we've played it if you go on Twitter. Until next week, thanks very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed the tunes. Hope you enjoyed the chat. Probably not too much chat for you this week. And we'll see you
heavy.
another time.
Thank you so much, man.
And that's Massi. And this is Richie. Good night. Deep and meaningful bit.
Oh yeah.